find my teenage dreams. No, it's nothing wrong with me. Kids are all off, the story's all wrong. Every metal broke my heart.
What's going on, guys? My name is Kenneth Bender, and welcome to my channel. Before I go on about that, I want to describe my past. I want to let my viewers know where I come from, so that way I can show where I'm going in the future. I was born October 16th, 1992 at Garden City Hospital. When I was born a crack baby because my mom had a strong addiction to drugs at the time. When I was released from the hospital, I went home, obviously, with my mom. Lived with her for a few weeks, and then a couple weeks went by. CPS was called on her. Not CPS. But you know, whatever the people you call for whatever. At that point, I was taken to a foster home where I stayed for several weeks. I guess it was some mean old German lady that took care of me at the time, would always yell. I don't know. I only heard what I told. I'm saying what I've heard. My grandma, which I call Nanny, always visited me every day when she got out. When she got out, she'd come visit me, make sure I was okay. And after a few weeks, she eventually adopted me, giving me her last name, which was Bender, and basically taking care of me. And I mean, those were probably the most memorable days of my life as a kid, because you know I didn't have a dad. My mom was a drug addict. I mean, I had my brothers and sisters, but they also were scattered. My brother Andrew, which is the oldest, stayed with, as I can remember, me, my grandma, and so did my other sister Felicia. And then my other brother Glenn and Melissa stayed with their aunt in Wyandotte, which is another city not too far from me. My grandma was my mom. She was my dad. She was there whenever I needed her. Do you know what? I used to cry and get away with a lot of shit. If I wanted something, oh hell yeah. All I do is waterworks, that's it. But it all came to an end when my Aunt Linda started calling me a windy whiner. I'm pretty sure she was jealous that I was getting everything that I wanted. And she wanted some of it. She wanted to be spoiled like me. If you're watching this, Linda, it's true. That's why you call me windy whiner. So as I grew older, my mom started getting back on track. She moved to Tennessee, married this guy named Andy. They had lived out in the country. It was a nice house. My grandma used to let me go visit her every summer, basically. I feel like it was like for 2 summers. It was nice. Like, it had so much land, a big ass hill, huge hill. So eventually, after visiting her, I eventually moved back in with my mom, where my sister Melissa, Andrew moved down there before, and Felicia moved down there. My other brother Glenn stayed in Michigan. And, you know, everything was good. Everything was good for a while. It was a nice feeling knowing that my mom was in the other room. You know, you had everything. I had a good dog, Smokey. It was like I forgot what, like a half wolf, half collie, I think. I'm not sure. An awesome dog. She had a good husband but a year after moving in, that's when everything went downhill. Her her and her husband at the time got a divorce. We moved out, and then she started slipping back into drugs, falling away from church and her family. When she did start doing that, I was about 10 at the time. She used to leave on a couple days on end. With nothing in the house, no food. It'd be me and my sister, Melissa, or even sometimes just me in the house, trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. And there's nothing. Only thing I remember eating one time was just lemon bars for a whole day. That's all we had. You know what, having not that father figure, it's like, that's really the only parent you have to have, is your mother. And you think she's failing you, she don't care about you because she'd rather go out and do drugs and leave you home with nothing. Yeah, I blamed her for it at the time. I was pissed. I was a kid though. After about almost a year of going through that, me and my sister Melissa eventually moved back up to Michigan, where I went and stayed with my grandma. Once again, you know, it's like nothing ever happened. I used to hide food a lot and get in trouble because I was not used to having food in the house. And then, say about a year after moving in with my grandma, she passed away. And she died. And that's the shit out of her. There's nothing I can do about it. At the time, my mother aunt lived with us, my Aunt Sharon. So eventually after everything happened, we lost a house from my childhood home, I should say, foreclosed on. She also spiraled out of control. Has become my legal guardian. And then we moved to an apartment in Pickwick, and then my aunt started getting pills bad. But going through this shit every day, seeing people coming in and out of the house, buying pills, selling pills, it takes a toll on a person. It does. And eventually, my druggy mom moves in with my little sister, Tiffany. She didn't have nowhere else to go at the time. Like I was saying, my mom moves in, and my mom started selling pills. My mom sold pills for quite some time. You know, sometimes I would seriously just barricade myself in my bedroom. Just do it. Why would I want to be around all that? I don't. So I put my TV, my shelves, anything I could possibly put in front of that door to keep anybody from coming in, I block them out. Turn up some music, and basically cry. I did that day in and day out for a good 3 years of my life. But I remember this one time with my mom, she got back on crack. She was gone for about, I remember when she left actually. I remember talking to her before she left on her drug binge. I sat in bed and started talking to her. We started talking about junk food. Oh man, I loved junk food growing up. It was the best. So, yeah, she went. She went and got candy. Okay, cool. I was sitting around, yeah, I'm about to get some fucking candy in my system. Hell yeah. An hour went by. You know, okay, maybe she got caught up somewhere. I don't know. 2 hours, okay. Getting a little worried now about it. In about 3 hours. At 3 hours, it was like 12 in the morning, about going on 1. I tried to call her, no answer. Leaving voicemail after voicemail. I didn't know what to do. There's nothing I could do besides call her. And she never picked up. She never picked up. And then in the morning, she comes stumbling in from her drug bench. Meanwhile, my sister's upstairs, waking up, not knowing what happened. You know, it's the hardest part, trying to keep your little sister from seeing her mother, the person she idolizes like that, stumbling over, don't know what she's doing, you know, shaking her head. I remember she went to go get a cup of coffee and she spilled it. She spilled it all over herself, on the ground, everywhere. I had to pick her up before my little sister came down the stairs and saved her. You know, that's not something a 14-year-old should be worrying about. It's not something I wanted to worry about. I mean, that was hell. That was rock bottom. That was probably the worst time of my life. Because at the age you're supposed to be trying to find yourself, trying to be worrying about what college you're going to go to, what you're going to pursue when you get out of school, or if you feel even trying to fucking be with a girl. I couldn't focus on that. I was too wrapped up into what was going to happen when I got home from school. What's in store today? What's going to happen today? Is my mom going to go on a drug binge? Is she going to die? Am I going to have a home? Am I going to have food to eat? After all that, you know, it's really going over my Aunt Linda's and hanging out with my cousins, seeing how they live. It was a nice family home. They had everything. Everything that a child needed. And I liked it, and I talked to my aunt at the time. If I was able to move in, if I could move in, if Sharon let me. So yeah, I pondered on that for a few months, thinking, you know what, I have a place to live, somewhere safe, somewhere away from all of this drama. You know, I had a place like that too when I lived there. It was my buddy Josh M's house. That was another escape I could go to. I could go over there if I needed to, spend a weekend over there. Their parents, Tammy and Keith, I mean, it was a second home. It was a second home for me. And they did. But back to my aunt. My Aunt Linda told me I could come stay with her if I needed to, so I pondered on it and I thought about it. Talked to my mom about it. You know, I know that's the last person I should talk to about moving out was my mom, but it's the only person I had, and it's the only person I could talk to. And I talked to her about it, and she thought it was a great idea. But I still did not want to leave. I did not want to leave my mom. I did not want to leave my sister. And then everything came crashing down when my mother decided to tell my Aunt Sharon about my idea of moving. So of course Sharon got pissed. So she blew up on me. She cursed at me, telling me to get the fuck out. Get out of the fucking house. You know what, that night I did. I packed my shit up as much as I could. I left a lot of stuff in that apartment. And the next morning, about early in the morning, I got my stuff up outside and into my Aunt Linda's car and packed up the car. Walked right by my Aunt Sharon, sitting at the kitchen table, smoking a cigarette. And she knew I left. She watched me walk out the door. I was doing horrible in school, but when I moved in with my Aunt Linda, she kicked my ass in the gear, made me pick up my grades. You know what? Gave me clothes, gave me a house, gave me food. You know what? Me staying with them helped me out a lot. Opened my eyes up to the world. because I was so focused on that one little drama that was going on in my insurance apartment. I graduated high school, and I was working at Texas Roadhouse, a restaurant. I was a cook, started off as a dishwasher. Had a good job in high school. Broke a couple hearts in high school. Had my heart broken in high school. Lived while living there. And then when I graduated, it was good. And then the following September, I fell in love with the girl of my dreams. And which I never thought was gonna happen. Never thought it was gonna happen. I mean, I've been through so much, and even though I did have that good past, I didn't think highly of myself. I mean, who would want to be with a kid whose mom's a fucking drug addict, who has no dad? It seems like he has no future. And out of everything, when we found each other on Facebook, out of all places. You know, and I haven't turned back since. I've kept going, working. I got a new job, making good, really good money. Moved in with my sister Melissa and my little sister and her boyfriend at the time. Back into Pickwick, which, man, it wasn't so bad, but it was my own place. I had with my sister. I had my girlfriend come over, Samantha Martin. I forgot to say that. It was good. Life was good, and then eventually, when I moved out of Pickwick from my sister's house, because my mom lost custody of my little sister. I forgot to mention that. She lost custody, and then my older sister Melissa got custody of my little sister. That's why she was living with us. And after I moved out of there, I moved back and I moved into Josh and Am's house with their parents, which they helped me get back on my feet, get my new car, and more of my stuff together, which helped me out a lot. It did. And then eventually moved in with my girlfriend. This is where I'm at now. I've lived with her so far for about a year and a half. Everything was good. Everything was going good, you know. And then March 6th, 2014 came.
You lose a loved one at home due to a long-term illness. What do you do if you can't afford to have their body picked up? A Taylor family learns the hard way, but gets some unexpected help along the way.
Every time I walk in the door, I gotta see my mom dead on the couch because nobody will come and get her.
This mother of 6, 48-year-old Karen Tharp of Taylor. Her family in shock, discovering she passed away overnight. Death likely due to her enlarged heart. Her body found laying on the couch. The family calling 911, Taylor police and EMS arriving, but handing them information on a local funeral home. Medical examiner come. Taylor police say it's standard to call them in homicides and suspicious deaths, but not in hospice situations. And the Wayne County Medical Examiner's office says, unfortunately, state law says they aren't obligated to pick up hospice cases.
No one knew she was gonna pass this fast. And they told me because she had prior medical conditions that they couldn't do nothing.
But 10 hours later, help arrives. Gates of Heaven Funeral Home in Detroit.
This family needs us. They're gonna lean on us. We're gonna lean on them. We're gonna wrap our arms around them and get it done.
I woke up and it was a normal day. Got up, drove my girlfriend to work. Came home, getting ready to go back to bed so I could get up and go to work. It was a Thursday. And then when I woke up at 10, I want to say, I woke up to my sister, Melissa, calling me. So I answered it. And then that's when she told me my mother had passed away the night before. And it hit me hard. I broke down. It's my mom. It's the person that gave birth to me, and it sucked, yeah. At that moment, everything that she ever did to me, everything that she never did, it's nothing. It was gone. I didn't care. That moment, my mom was dead. What else could I do? Could I be mad at her for it? No. No matter how she went, even if she died from drugs. I don't know what she died from, but I know she had an enlarged heart. It's my mom. But I remember after breaking, getting up off the ground crying. Only thing I could think about was getting to my little sister's school with my other sister Melissa to tell her what happened. So I rushed, got dressed, got to the car, went to her school, and that's when it really kicked in. Because we had to tell her, my little sister, that her mom was dead. It sucks. She laid on the couch for 10 hours dead. I can't tell. It broke my heart to see my little sister cry like that. It really did. It was tough. And you start remembering all the good times you had, not the bad times, not the times when she left you, not the times, when you felt alone. You remember the times you spent with her. Her packing lunch, you going out into a park, eating, playing. She wasn't the best parent. She wasn't. But she was my mother, and I loved her with all my heart, no matter what she did to me. There's nothing I would have done to bring her back. Her funeral was several days after we could get some money for it. You're never ready for something like that. You're not ready to see your parent in a coffin. That's not the place. You're not seeing her for months on end. You finally see her and she's dead. You can't tell her you love her. You can't say you can't forgive her, but I made peace with any of that. I forgive her. I forgive her for all she did. I even forgive my dad, whoever the fuck he is. Forgive him for whatever he did. Life's too short to hold on to these fucking burdens. It's too short to live in the past. It's a dark past, yeah. But no matter how dark your past is, doesn't mean you can't get out of it. There's always an answer to everything. And you following their footsteps, that's not an answer. You doing drugs is not an answer. It's not an excuse. It's not a reason to get out of something. It's drugs and alcohol are never the answer to any issue. Even if you miss somebody, don't drugs. Don't go get fucking liquor or beer. Sit there. Think about it. Live through the pain. Don't submerge it. Don't push it down so one day it's gonna happen to you eventually. It will happen to you. You will be doing that to your family. Do you want your kid to be like that? No. I don't want that for my kids. I want a better life for them. I don't want them to go through what I had to go through. There's no need for that.
Hey, Kimmy, Mom. I'm getting ready to head home. Danny came to pick me up. So I'm leaving, but I just want to tell you I love you. And call me because I need your address so you can get your birthday card. And I'm kicking your butt because you called me Saturday, so we could have went out to lunch. But anyways, it's okay. I love you. But anyways, call me. Love you, Mama. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my first video on YouTube. I want to make a short little clip at the end to describe what my channel is going to be about. It's mostly going to be vlogs, but there will be some challenges and some pranks. I don't know about the pranks just yet. I'm still trying to figure everything out, what I'm going to basically do for this channel. But will you please subscribe, share, and comment on this video? You can comment below. You can follow me at Twitter at agravelife. And if you like the music that was on this video, the links to the songs and artists are down below. So click on that, check them out, they're pretty good. And once again, thanks for watching.